Jay Thomas's men returned 14 starters from last year from a team that finished tied for 5th in the Southland Conference a year ago, going 4-7 overall, 4-5 in conference. They will open up their slate against Big 12 member Baylor in Waco. And then, of course, about a week later, began their Southland Conference schedule against the Cardinals of UIW. That opener in conference play will be on the American Sports Network. As we welcome you back to the table, Jamarcus Marshall and Terrence Boyd, the defensive end and offensive lineman, joining me respectively. And, well, we'll start with Jamarcus. A year ago, you're trying to make that comeback from injury. You rejoined this defensive group, and ultimately things start to gel. What was able to lead to that early on success you're able to have reuniting with your teammates?
For me, my early on success really came from my teammates believing in me, my coach just believing in me and telling me, hey, you can do it. You can still be the same player that you were before the injury. Don't be afraid. Go out there and just play your hardest. And that's really kind of what happened. And it worked in our favor. It just so happened that the defense started to gel and play better at that point in time.
While you were trying to make your comeback, I assume that gave you extra time to focus on the books. You're now working on an advanced degree, and I saw you tweet out the other day, grad school, nothing but papers. What's the most interesting topic you've had to write about recently?
A lot of the most interesting topic I wrote about was...
Remind people at home what you're studying right now.
Oh, I'm in grad school studying clinical mental health counseling. I have a psychology degree, and I'm in grad school at NSU for clinical mental health counseling. The most interesting paper I wrote about was, I actually had to write about technical colleges and things like that, and how their degree plans are set up and how they do things like that. And me, I've never been to one of these, so I didn't understand. I thought it was the same as what we're doing at a four-year university, but it was actually a lot different, on how they do things.
Terrance, on the offensive line where you've been since really your redshirt freshman year, this is a group that has started to gel, but I don't think y'all quite yet know who your quarterback is. There's 3 guys in the running. How have you seen that race play out so far?
Well, this year there's a lot more certainty in the quarterback, battle. Even though it's still an open battle, we got 2 to 3 guys, with Joel and Brooks Hack, the transfer from UL, and JD. Those guys played a lot last year. Brooks at UL, and Joel and JD playing in the season. So one of the biggest things is, we've all started to develop a faith with each other as far as, they've been trusting us and we trusting them. So it's like, it really isn't that as bad as last year.
Well, Terrance won the school's Academic Trailblazer Award this past spring. Meanwhile, Jamarcus, a candidate for the All-State AFCA Good Works team. Some great character on this squad for their head coach, Jay Thomas. He will have plenty of impressive young men returning this year. He is with our impressive Kamady Rudd.
Well, that's a great intro. Thank you, Lincoln. I appreciate that. Coach, you do have a lot of impressive players. The storyline really going into 2015 was quarterbacks. It's still a little bit about the quarterbacks this year. You're returning a couple. We just heard, J.D. Allman. You have Joel Blumenthal, super athletic. You also have Brooks Hack, who's transferred in. What can we expect this season? A little bit from all 3, maybe more towards just one?
Well, yeah, that position, obviously, we're further along at this point in time than we were last year. Rivers came in late June for us. So it was a process, and it developed a little later than we really wanted it to. But right now, yes, with Brooks coming in at mid-year, he's gone through spring training, and he's with us all summer. Joel Blumenthal has really progressed nicely. And so it's still a tight race. J.D. He's really come along really well for us too. Feel real comfortable about all 3 guys. So, we are in a better place than we were last year. So, just excited about seeing where they pick up when we get back into camp, and and see how much they've learned over the summer.
I'm excited to see, and I know we're going to see it right out of the gate because you got Baylor in week 1. Now, that's going to be a big game, but they are obviously going through some changes at Baylor, a lot of stuff going on in the offseason. So can you really be fully prepared going into week 1?
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think there's going to be that much change. Might have been a change at the top. Those coaches, some of them I know pretty well. and they've been around a long time. They've been very successful at what they've been able to do. So, still a top 10, top 15 team ranked in the nation. It's going to be a big chore for our team, but there may be a few new wrinkles here or there, but I think we just anticipate them being the same they have been.